This screencast is going to show how to use Google Maps on your website, how to embed basically a Google Maps page. So the first thing you probably want to do is go to some address that you want to have on the map. So I'm going to use our address here. And so once you do that, now there used to be a different place for the link, but now there's this little icon here that you can click on. And so when you click on that, it gives you code right here that you can use to paste the map right into your website. This other one here is the URL, which now, by the way, you can also click and shorten it a little bit too. So you could just basically just take this, copy it, and I'm going to go into Dreamweaver here. That's what I'll use to show it. And so we're going to just in Dreamweaver, notice we're in design view or your favorite text editor or whatever. I'm just going to give a small title, map quick paste, I'll call it, and just paste that in. And there's a couple things to notice on the Google Maps. So one is that it uses an iframe. Also, in addition to the iframe, if you break this out a little bit here because it's all done, it has a link to something that says view larger map. So I'm going to save this, and then now I'm going to go here into our site and open it. Actually, I think I can do it through here. There it is. That's the map. You'll often notice that I had the address open. It'll be still open here. This was kind of a small map, so it's not there. And then this view larger map was the second piece that I showed you. So you probably want it a little bit more customized, and so in that case, you click on this link right here, Customize and Preview Embedded Map. So click on that, and then in this window here, it gives you a lot more options in terms of how you can customize it. So you can first customize the size here. Often you'll be doing a custom size where you can just click that and give it a custom width and height. So before you really put the map in, it's a good idea to actually know how big you want it to be ahead of time. And then after you do that, you can also again copy and paste the map in. So Control Apple A inside of this place in here, Control or Apple Command C on the Mac, and then we're going to go back into Dreamweaver again, and we're going to paste that in. So I'm just going to go do another one, H2 custom map. Okay. And save that, and then we're going to go back to our web page here and refresh it. I always look at these kind of things in a web page. There's our map. Sorry, actually, go back to our web page here. I closed it out the last time. So there we are. So there's our other custom map, which doesn't look much different other than the fact that I can resize it. And you probably want to make it actually a little bit bigger than I've been making these here as well. There's a couple other things you can do about the maps though. So this is the basic, very, very basic map. One of the things that you can do is if you sign in to Google, then you are allowed to save things into Google Maps. So you notice here I have my places there. So these are different places that I have, and so this is one I made earlier. And so here you see in my places you can do things like put multiple markers down and also draw and color it in there. So you can also here, if you click on edit, you can change the title, you can write in a description of it, and if you're going to embed it on a web page, it's absolutely essential in this part that you click public. Right? If you don't and it's unlisted, when you put it on the site, then people won't be able to see it. So make sure you click that edit at least and do that. Also, when you click on edit, you notice that these tools appear here, and those allow you to draw on the map. So you can draw a number of different things. You can draw a line along road, so if you want directions, you can draw a shape, and then you can also just place markers out on the map. All right. Now, one other thing is if you click on the icon here, it gives you a bunch of different icons that you can use, and you can also use your own icons as well. Now, to get an icon in there, under My Icons, add an icon. What it's going to ask you for is a URL. So you would have to actually, and by the way, it's 64 by 64 pixels. So first, you would go in, create a 64 pixel by 64 pixel image, upload it to a website, go make sure you can see that image, and then paste that URL into here to use. So you can't just kind of upload it to Google Maps, you have to upload it to a separate website, and then you paste the link to that image in here. And it's one of these types: JPEG, GIF, BMP, or PNG. Those will all be done. And if it's PNG, it's great if you have a transparency on it, and if not, make sure you have a solid color background. Often is the best. Okay, so that is for adding an icon, and then also you can add descriptions to it as well. Alright, and you can also, and this is plain text, you can do enriched text, which allows you to do that, or you can just dive right in and, you know, type in some HTML as well. And including image tags and things like that. So now when I click on this one, you can see that there. So that's moving it around. We can move this to different places, and we can draw on the map as well. So that is one piece in terms of customizing your map. And I wanted to just show a couple of other little things that happen as well. So first I'm going to grab a link to this map and embed it. So I'm going to customize this. We're going to make it a little bit bigger here. So we're going to make it 800 wide and 500 tall. Okay, so there it is, a little bit bigger. And now we're going to copy that HTML and go into Dreamweaver here. And another one, signed in custom map. Alright, so let's save that. And then now we're going to view that map as well. Okay, so there's our signed in custom map, and it has all these nice things by it as well. Can have images and so forth, and you can go and search for things and add them to the map as well. I forgot to mention that. So if I search for something here, oops, let's just say, oops, I'm in Google search, I meant to be in map search, Empire State Building, right? So I can go there. When I click on this map here, I can click Save to Map now. And then if you're signed in and you have maps enabled, it'll allow you to save it to your map there, and you click which map you want. You can have more than one map in there. Here we are. And then hit save, and there you go. Then you have one saved in there as well. And it will even show up if when you are in your map now. If I make this a little bit smaller here, I should be able to get to see that Empire State Building. There it is. There's the Empire State Building that I just added. Okay, so a couple other things though is that sometimes, let me refresh this page again here, it doesn't always center the map exactly where you wanted the map to be centered. And it also doesn't zoom necessarily at the level you want, and that can be a little bit difficult to control. So I'm going to show you a couple ways to deal with that. So let's go back into Dreamweaver, and we'll go to our signed in custom map here. And what we're going to look for is something that has a z equals. So you notice the source here lists your map, and then it has a URL to your map there. But right here, you see that z. The number after z is the zoom level, and you can change that. So right now it's at 17. I could change it if I want to a higher number, which means zoomed in closer, or a lower number, let's say 11, and it would be zoomed further out. Also, you will notice, by the way, that the link here also, if you want to, you can have now different zooms when they see the larger version versus your version. So your version may be smaller, you may have it zoomed out more, and it may zoom in more if they view it in a larger map. And so let me refresh this now. So I saved it at 11, and then I'm going to refresh this page, and there we go. So now you see how it zoomed further out. So you can play with that numbers. It goes from 1 to about, I think, 21 as the closest that's in there. So there's another piece, which is, well, what if I wanted it to, let's say, start on the Empire State Building here, when I did this map. So I'm going to right-click on the Google map and go to What's Here. And when you do that, it puts in a latitude and longitude right there. So I'm going to copy that latitude and longitude, just Control-C or right-click and copy it, and go into Dreamweaver here. And in Dreamweaver, you'll look for an LL parameter in your iframe that you embedded. So basically, you just take those two things that you copied and pasted, and select it all before you get that and amp up to there, and paste that in there, and save that one. Alright, so we're going to zoom this in a little bit more. Let's say 13, change that too. And so now I'm going to go back to our map, and keep closing the map window out. And there we are. So now it's centered on the Empire State Building, where I'd want it to be centered before. So that's how you control the zoom and the center for a Google map.